welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. It's late Friday. We're going to be playing some Honkai Star Rail. You know, I play enough Star Rail. This is play session 91. I should probably make a scene specifically for Star Rail. Like add some pictures, put a little border around, make it look nice. I think that would be kind of cool. Is this right? I think this actually might be right. Maybe it's probably not right though. Is that a recent message? How can I tell when a message was sent? Oh, 30 minutes ago. Kill Radley, how are my sustains? Reality sustains. I mean, that's pretty good HP. 8,000. That's good. And with the two-piece, why are the traces are so low though? 777. Like it would be easiest to compare them with my sustains, I guess. So the Aventurine has 4,400, 125 speed. Let's compare here. So 13 CR, 4,500 defense, 108 CD. 125 speed. That's 5 day 1 of my new life. That's actually the same as mine. Mine is actually S4. So I'm gonna lose. I'm lacking a little bit of defense there. So mine is 28 crit rate, 39, 28 defense, 104 crit damage, and 147 speed. So I'd probably have defense boots instead of speed boots, I'd imagine. If I remove 25 speed from me, that's like 122. So if I were to replace my boots with, I don't have defense boots. have any defense boots anywhere. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Why would you level up to 15 defense boots? So I can't really compare. Oh well. I think they're actually about the same. I have 15 more crit rate, but because I have less defense, I'm not fulfilling for every 100 defense that exceeds 1600, increase your crit rate by 2. So they get the full effect. So they have 48% crit rate, which will put them at a final crit rate of 61. And since I am 100 below what I need, I get 46% crit rate, which puts me at a final crit rate of 71. 73. He doesn't really have anything that increases his crit damage, it seems, outside of like E1. So could use some more crit rate, lose some of that defense. Could use more speed. We could both use more crit damage. Check the substats. I mean, I looked at the main stats, right? I actually can't look at the substats. It's not possible. I'd have to like go on to Inca or something to look at your subs. I guess I should also pay attention to the planar set, because you're actually using Broken Keel, so you get an extra 10% crit damage. Am I using Broken Keel? Oh, I'm also using Broken Keel, so we both have crit damage. Yeah, I would say that you're a little low on crit rate and damage. You're a little overcapped for the defense. Because, like, you're fulfilling this trace on your adventuring. So you have 48% extra crit rate. But even with the 48% crit rate, you're only getting 61 total crit rate. Which for me is too little crit rate. You're going to miss too many crits. I like to get at least 70. And you're at 4,500 defense. So you could probably give up some of those defense buffs for some crit rate buffs. And the speed is fine. 125 is decent speed. Mine is 147 because all my characters are really fast. So I have to make my adventuring not too slow to keep up with them. I will eventually have Fei Xiao use speed boots, but I don't have any that are good enough right now. Like, I have some speed boots, but what I have currently is a little bit better. 3 rolls versus 2. Yeah, I would say that your adventuring is pretty good. It's like about the same level as my adventuring, which is pretty impressive. You still got to build those traces, but overall pretty good. Next we'll look at the Huahua. $8,000. Oh no, that's buy loot. 67. That's pretty good. That's pretty good HP. Let's see, 6,700 HP. You also want speed, which yours is at 140, which is also good. You're gonna need effect res, so let's see what that is. And your energy region. 131 ER, 17 effect res. Effect res is pretty low. You probably give up some of your HP for some effect res. You got the signature light cone, which is good. That energy region will help a lot. So I'll compare it to mine. It's a little unfair to compare it to mine because mine is E1. So because mine is E1, I have a 12% speed boost when in combat, which means that I'm even faster. So I'm actually at 153 speed when I'm in combat, but I'm just going to go based off of the real stats though. 5,700 HP, that's pretty good. 141 speed, but it's really 153 speed. And then the ER, we should have the same ER. Actually, mine is going to be 5% higher because I also use Luke Shaka. 136 ER and effect res 50. See what I mean about the effect res? Hua will pretty much keep your team alive with even low HP. So you can just like get some other stats. You might be, I don't know if you're using like HP percent on your, what's it called? On your body piece. The healing boost doesn't really matter too much. Like I said, Hua will keep everyone alive. You use healing percent? Yeah. Healing percent is technically the best thing that you could run because, like, if you get an HP percent body, then it'll probably heal by as much as the healing percent body. But you could get a healing percent body main stat and then also have HP percent as your substats. So it would be like even better. That's not as good as mine is right now, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, mine is actually, that's pretty good. 3 rolls in HP percent with the outgoing healing. I wish that I got more into the speed or the effect res, but yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't even re-roll this. It's too risky. I could all go into like effect res, which, you know, would be fine, but not as good as getting 15% HP. Yeah, I would say your Hua is also pretty good. We've got similar speed, similar ER. You've got more HP, I've got more effect res. I mean, you don't really need to have effect res for Hua because anything she gets, any debuff she gets, she's going to just cleanse herself. But it is kind of nice to not get imprisoned because that's kind of the worst thing that can happen. So you can't use your ultimate or you get delayed if you get imprisoned. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty impressive. I think that my Huohua is like really good. So yours being about as good as mine is very impressive. And then that Bailu, I actually don't really know much about Bailu because mine isn't built. I'm like in the process of getting there. 60 out of 60. This was actually the last standard character that I pulled. So she's a little bit further behind everyone else. But I know that you would mostly run speed and HP on her. And I saw that that's what you had. Like, that's a lot of HP. Speed's fine. I would probably try to get a little more speed. And you've got her light cone. Like, especially, like, all the healers, all the sustains, really, not just the healers. But they can, if they're fast enough, they can be, like, SP positive. So if they are too slow, then your allies get hurt and you have to spend a turn using skill to heal up. But if you're fast enough, you can basic and at least be SP neutral. And if you're fast enough, if you get your ultimate fast enough, then you can just use your ultimate and then just use basic attacks all the time and be SP positive. Oh, regenerates HP? Oh, when invigoration ends. Current HP is equal to their max HP when invigoration ends. That doesn't seem like it's going to be very doable. So they take 10% less damage. And their max HP increases. So that's actually probably how that would work out. And then every time they get hit, they heal a little bit. Lasts for 2 turns. But that's another weird thing, right? So if you ultimate fast enough, like if you have a 2-turn ultimate, then invigoration won't ever end, and you won't ever get the 8 extra energy, and that would be sad. Yeah, there, Bridget. Well, she's a Gen 1 unit, so it's expected for her to have like weird kinks in her kit that don't actually work well together. Well, again, get these traces up, but it's difficult when you're leveling up every single character on your account. It's probably the best set you would run for her. Oh, you're not running speed boots? That's pretty impressive then. To get 134, because you'd be at 159 with speed boots. Unless you have speed substats on your HP boots. But 159 would be pretty good speed. I'd say get some speed boots. Make it happen. Yeah, those are some pretty good sustains. I rate them all pretty highly. Silver with 162 speed. What's my fastest unit? It's probably Hanya, if I had to guess. Maybe Yukong. $154. That's 200 most of the time because she has her ultimate going. It's going to be 141, I think, with her talent, or with her skill buff. 163, yeah, I expected. Oh, 162 is actually fast for no reason. I'm not even running 2 speed. Like my Pela, for example. Oh, I changed her gear recently. I do remember that I did do that. Let me go back to my other set here. 169 speed. For my Pela. That's pretty fast. Hanya is only technically slower for a little bit, but when she uses her ultimate, she gets the speed boost from hackerspace and then gives it to someone, and it's like they're really fast. I think 169 is going to be as fast as I go. Yep.
Miss Stellaron.
Whoa, I'm using orchids? The setting doesn't carry over between mobile and PS5. Nope. Nope.
Here you go, Master. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this?
Spend freely. No dirty tricks. Watch your head.
Awesome!
It's on me.
like when you hit the thing that's one thing away.
Dirty trick. Watch your head.
Nothing. 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 Well, actually, let's take a last look at that. Yeah, there's nothing.
Nice job!
Spend freely. Watch your head.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this? Mimi! The fearless knows not fear. Yeah! Awesome! Shing! Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate! Too slow! Yeah! Oh, I get it!
Once again, hitting the wrong one.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this?
Again, hitting the wrong one.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Mimi! The fearless knows not fear.
Wow. The drops are so terrible tonight.
Here you go, Master!
It's on me.
Mimi! Yeah!
Watch your head. Spend freely.
Never hesitate! Too slow! Yeah!
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this? Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Awesome! Shing!
No dirty trick. All in.
The fearless knows not fear. I won't do it. Yeah! Oh, I get it!
Watch your head.
Mimi! Never hesitate! Too slow. I won't do it.
Oh, so close to greatness. Well, everything was terrible tonight. Pretty sure that means that I finish this. Is what's the next reset? Is it Memory of Chaos? Yeah, Memory of Chaos resets for Monday. That'll be nice. Now that I'm doing story stuff, let's swap these. Alright, where we last left off, we were in the tree. And we had just restored the butterfly into the tree, which then caused Calypso to reveal herself as Cerces to us. And we were supposed to climb up the rest of the tree, get to the throne room where Anaxa is waiting for us, and where we will fight the black cloaked intruder. Overall chill guy. Not quite sure what the vibes are going to be. But it seems that both friends and foes have been captured by the Black Tide. This is one of the old ones.
Ahead lies the luminary throne. And also, the battlefield that we're about to step onto.
Ma'am, ma'am? Memmy, what's wrong? Memmy, ma'am. Memmy, ma'am.
Is this Professor Anaxa?
I actually just remembered that I was supposed to do pulls for Huohua's light cone. I think we're going to do 40 pulls no matter what, and see whether we win or not. We don't need Huohua anymore because we already have E1. That's the speed boost that I mentioned. E2 is when your ally would have died, you revive them up to twice per battle. And then E4 is the more hurt you are, the more you heal. And then E6 is every time you heal someone, you increase their damage by like 50%, I think. It's something ridiculous that, like, I mean, it's E6, so it makes sense. I'm not getting up to there. I was just 50%. 50% damage increase for 2 turns every time you heal someone, which is all the time because you're Huohua. You're always healing. By comparison, Zila's Resurgence is 80% damage increase. 50% increases also the amount of Robin's skill, I believe. I should confirm that. Yeah, 25. I mean, it's 25% at level 1. So it's 50%. Pretty sure. So that's like Robin's skill at E0 is Hua Hua. Passive at E6. It's that's the difference between being a harmony and abundance. But this light cone is very good. Energy regenerate, always great. And whenever anyone on the team uses their ultimate, then someone gets an emergency heal. And also every time you heal someone, you increase their attack stat. S5, that's 20% attack, which is a lot. That's the same amount as just using your ultimate. Alright, 40 pulls. So I'm at 5 pity because I just got Fei Xiao's light cone. Out of my 100, but it's okay because I'm going to get like 30 pulls or more from the anniversary event, so I'll have enough by the end of 3.3, and we have enough for a standard pull. Let's do a standard pull first. I think that we just got Welt. Right? Yeah, we just got Welt. So we'll do a 10 pull in the regular warp. Please dance, dance, dance. Save my account, please. If I had a second dance, 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 I'd actually be able to 12-star Pure Fiction, because I have exactly one S1 copy, and I can give it to a Harmony unit on side 1 and get over 3,000 points, but then side 2 gets under 3,000, or I can give it to a different Harmony unit on side 2, and then side 1 gets enough points. I think E6 hook, right? No, it would have been more than 20 Starlight. Misha? Oh no, actually that was, I do have too many hooks. I have E6 hook, so it's another Misha. That's a pretty good pull. 2 4-stars. Not enough to keep on going, so let's go for this. This is 15 pity. Oh, E6 Herta, finally. That's big. That's a 4-star 50-50 loss, because that's not on the banner. There's none of those. I don't need any of those light cones. These light cone options, members of the past, there's actually a really good light cone, but I already have S5 of it. And I already have like S9 of the Luocha light cone as well. Is that a 5-star? That is a 5-star. I've been getting really lucky with these. I'm just going to pull X number and stop. Now to see if we get the 75-25. 25 pity. You can't get upset when it's 75 pity regardless. But it would be nice to have the light cone though. Oh yes, another one. Do I superimpose it or do I give it to Gallagher? Can I get a double? I wouldn't have to choose if I had a double. I can get a double. Okay. Well, thank you. Do I win 2 75-25s in a row? This is the exact same pull as the last time. Alright. That's fair. I'm on the guarantee, though. That's still a good pull. And then the 40th pull, because that's only 30. I said I was going to do 40. Couldn't get 3 in a row. Still very lucky. And it's like actually a light cone that I use. My Clara does have an S2 something irreplaceable. That's E5 Sushang. A perfect timing that I don't need. Alright, that's a pretty good session. Now we save the rest for Cypher. Oh, now I'm like so torn. I think that I should probably superimpose, right? The thing is, this light cone is actually really good for Gallagher as well. Energy regen and emergency heals. Right now, the only way that my teammates are able to heal is if Gallagher uses his ultimate and then basic attacks, especially people like Sunday or Bronya, right? But with this, if they use their own ultimate, or even if some other ally uses their ultimate, then they get healed. So right now, because Gallagher is my other sustain basically, when I'm not using Aventurine, or if I need 2 healers, or if there's some sort of weird gimmick where you're supposed to hit, or if, like for example for Pure Fiction where you have to use ultimates and basic attacks. Aventurine's ultimate hits 1 person, Gallagher's ultimate hits 5 people. So there are many times where Gallagher is actually just the better sustain option. Sometimes Gallagher is even more useful than Huohua. Like when I need to be like super SP positive. So I think that I'm going to keep them separate for now. I think that I'm going to level it up because this is also Gallagher's best light cone and it kind of gives him emergency heals, which is something that he kind of is missing. Long term, I do plan on getting Linksha though. And I could probably even use this for Linksha because she heals pretty frequently as well. And then even longer term, I'm going to get Luocha's signature light cone for Linksha. That is unless some other abundance character comes out that I like more than Linksha. But that's going to be really difficult to do because I really like her kit. With like all the follow-up attacks and the emergency heals and ultimate bringing up your summon and all this other stuff. So I think that I will just keep this separate for now. Because I can use it for Gallagher now. I can use it for Linksha when I get her. And then I can superimpose it later on. I want to see what the next level is though for this. 14% instead of 12%. and then 5 times 2.8 is you get an extra 1, so that's 13, 14. Yeah, 14 attack. That's pretty good, but it's not enough really. Like, I'll see a big difference going from S1 to S5, but going from S1 to S2, maybe not so much. I think that I'll probably keep 1 at S1, and then maybe when I get to S4, I'll combine the last one into it. Wait, think it over. You can always do one for those later. Hey there, Wobster. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be too hasty with it. Oh, but it's something I will be hasty with. I gotta do all these other characters. So, Misha.
The one thing I look forward to? Growing up, of course.
Yikes. Poor Misha. If you know, you know.
Sooner or later, I'll make my mark in history.
E5 on the Sushong. And then finally E6 on the Herta, which is not that great. Well, actually, that's pretty good. After using ultimate, increased attack for 25%. So when you see stats like this for one turn, that means that it's best to use it while it's already your turn. So like, you have your ultimate, you wait, it's now your turn, you use your ultimate. You now have your attack increased for that turn, so you can use skill, but then also all the follow-ups that you do until your next turn count as well. I wonder if I should, I mean, I'm already farming quantum set.
Inspiration? It's only several thousand ideas racing through my mind every minute.
But I could like farm another quantum set for her. It's probably not worth it though. Like ice damage 10% and crit damage 25% for 2 turns after using your ultimate, which is like exactly what you want. I wonder if Pride Wind already has the stats for that. Characters, like, I don't know why they don't just like do all the sets, or at least all the reasonable sets. I suppose I could do it myself, but yeah, they haven't done it. Right now I'm using the ice set, which is at 100% efficacy, but apparently Scholar Lost and Erudition is 102% efficacy, and Ash Blazing Grand Duke is 106, which means this Herta could just take my Topaz gear, because Topaz isn't being used right now, and I do really want to run or finish that Pure Fiction. She wouldn't have to like borrow the quantum set from and apparently this is her best planner set, Sigonia, because eventually as soon as 10 enemies are dead, you have 40% crit damage, which makes sense because that's like literally no time at all in Pure Fiction. Still at 11 out of 12 stars, so it would be nice to get there. I don't think I'm going to get there in 2 days, though. So, we'll see. We'll see what the next MOC has, and then we'll, like, get some resources from that, and then we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's see what Anaxa is up to. a pretty lucky pull session. It would have been really, really lucky to win the 75-25 twice in a row. Although it really would have been 3 times in a row because I just got the adventure 4th to hunt. I actually don't know what I got before that. If I lost the 75-25 on something somewhere. Because then I would have had a spare copy and I would have one S2 and one S1. It's a pretty nice place. But aren't these the flowers of death? I feel like there's something behind there. No achievement yet. Is this not a mural as well? Yeah, it looks like it should be.
Cerces was right. He's indeed here.
And there's this person in front of them.
Who is this black-robed guy?
We're assuming it's a guy. Maybe it's death. Dormancy. Or Thanatos.
Everyone, brace yourself. This must be the hunter reborn from the black tide that Cerces was talking about. The black sword and cloak. The owner of the piece of cloth. The north wind that sent over the deathly fog of Thanatos.
You're not demigods.
Well, Trippy is.
Down or die.
I can take him.
Trian will also protect everyone. Trian is brave.
You're the only demigod we have here.
Miss. Only this time, may death protect us. Be careful.
One slash.
Oh. Oh.
2 slashes. 3 slashes are enough.
Is he like predicting the future?
Exactly are you?
Pardon my manners.
No dirty tricks.
Score.
Defeating something prevents something from happening.
Alright, I'll call your bet.
Looks like I should have used the other team.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Never hesitate. Yeah. Time to show you what I can act your dragon white tiger.
Oh, this is taking so little damage.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is
These are taking like no damage.
fear that knows not fear.
Oh, I get it.
So powerful. Cerces was right.
I could take 10 of you.
Never hesitate. Too slow. I won't do. I venture forth to hunt.
Yeah, just take the boss directly.
Victory!
Oh, he's taking literally 0 damage. He said 3 slashes are enough. I wonder if he's just gonna actually kill us.
Watch your head.
Time to show you what I act your dragon white tiger less cards. What's this?
Offer your souls to the fire.
Not good.
Feel reduced.
Yep, 3 slashes was enough.
In that case,
Can't be killed in a single blow. You are indeed no ordinary human.
Can I try again with a different team?
Since the ambush failed, it'll be difficult to find another opportunity. What a pity.
Maybe he just will be a lot weaker
Professor
this time
Anaxa?
around.
no. It's Cerces.
I've missed you so much. What do you mean? As in you missed Cerces? You missed Anaxa? What are you saying?
Nice job.
Fangs and claws. Never hesitate. Too slow.
Alright, we're actually doing damage this time, so that's pretty good.
Score.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head. Hedge your bets.
Show me what you can do. Fear knows not fear. That won't do. I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Awesome! Huh, yeah! Time to show you what I dragon, white tiger, less cards, what's this?
No dirty. Oh,
I'm about to be overwhelmed. Fighting is so much more tiring than thinking.
Mini. I could take 10 of you. Yeah.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever
I think he's dead now.
triumphant!
This is bad.
Century gate, open!
Who grabbed from the Sentry Gate? Oh, okay. Castor's dude. Shortly after, Anaxa.
That was a close call. Thank goodness that we returned to Akama unharmed.
Little Cass, my head, it still hurts. Sorry, I know you told me not to open the gate.
Please don't blame yourself, Lady Trianne. If it weren't for you, we would have already met our end at the Grove.
I feel awful. I need to go back to get some rest.
Lady Trianne, you haven't been well since you woke up. Are you sure you can make it back on your own?
All this noise and commotion. Akama hasn't changed a bit, has it?
Wait, so is Anaxa
Are you
alive, or
Professor Anaxa?
Cerces
There's
taking
no
over the
need
body?
for doubt. The Titan no longer speaks. It is I, an Exagoras of the New Spores.
So it is Anaxa.
Indeed. You are the only one who would refer to yourself like that.
Why is he the only one that calls himself by his own name?
Professor, let me be frank. The mission Lady Aglaya entrusted us is to search for survivors, uncover the truth about the disaster at the Grove, and retrieve the core flame of Cerces.
That does not surprise me. And now, I'm a survivor who witnessed the entirety of the disaster, as well as the defenseless bearer of a core flame. Are you going to bring me to Aglaya to fulfill your duty?
That is indeed my duty, but I prefer not to present you to her as a captive or spoil of battle.
Fine. There's no need to make your life difficult. I'm not against meeting that woman. But I have some things to take care of first. The families of some of my fellow Grove scholars live in the Holy City. Before we meet Aglaya, I want to visit them.
Because Lady Aglaya will probably be against it.
You can't trust anything Goliath says.
Let me guess. That woman will not only prevent me from visiting the families of the deceased, but will also suppress any information about the Grove. She's always been that cold-hearted. My fellows at the Grove gave their lives defending the core flame and fighting the Black Tide alongside me. Their families deserve to know the truth.
You intend to do it without her knowledge.
She'll find out eventually
Do
anyway.
you really think that woman would treat me well, even if I behaved and proved my loyalty? I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more anger on her face.
I'm getting a lot of disdain. Like,
Are
that
you
woman.
going to stop me, Kesterus?
I will accompany you, but please understand that Lady Aglaya has her own considerations.
You truly have the makings of a fine scholar, putting yourself in other people's shoes like that. Let's go. I won't go overboard.
So,
Everyone calls him just an X,
after
even
all
the
these
subtitles. Yep.
You and Lady Aglaya are still...
Neither of us is narrow-minded. You should know the root cause of our conflict.
Are you gonna tell me what the root cause is? You're gonna make me guess. I already know there's nothing for me with the steed. We're going to swap teams because if I fight against the swordsman again, I won't really give him what for. We probably could have defeated his original form, the one that was super broken. If I had this team, probably not. Even if I did 60% more damage with Genuine and I had like multiple turns, like I don't know how much damage you'd have to be able to do in order to actually kill him before he has 3 turns. Even if you reduce his defense to 0, which you could do if you had Pela and Silverwolf on the same team, or if you had Pela and had Fei Xiao's Light Cone.
Hello. And you are?
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, you are Kalinicus's wife, right?
Yes. Oh, are you a messenger? No wonder I haven't heard any news for so long. There's been a change in personnel, hasn't there?
Ma'am, Kalinicus passed away a few days ago, defending the Grove against the Black Tide.
What awful news to receive.
So, did he manage to defend the Grove?
Huh?
Yes. He managed to protect Cerces' core flame at the cost of his life.
I see. I'll select some of his possessions. Pick a nice resting place for him.
Please let us know if you need any help, ma'am.
I come from Kremnos. Death and sacrifice are things I've learned to face with composure. You know, Kalinicus, even though he was a scholar, he'd always ask me to teach him how to fight whenever he came back. Isn't it funny that a Chrysos heir like him wants to learn from an ordinary person like me? I've been prepared for this for a long time. In times like these, any ordinary goodbye might just turn out to be a final farewell.
I'm really sorry.
There's There's nothing to be sorry for. I was once a warrior, and I'll find my way back to the battlefield someday. With the coming coronation of the new king of Kremnos, I'll take up my lance against the creatures of the Black Tide.
Oh, who's gonna
and
tell
seek
her?
vengeance for my husband.
Maide's not gonna wear the crown though.
Aquila will instantly defeat Orynyx.
Aquila. This sounds like it's the Titan of the Sea, but I feel like the Titan of the Sea is a PH name.
Oh, hello, young ones. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you the father of Kenani and Artakama?
Ah, yes. Did my daughters cause trouble at school again?
Oh yeah, I remember
Alas,
seeing their message.
forgive this old brain of mine.
They
Both
died
of
in
my
the
daughters graduated
heart of the tree.
long ago, and they are now scholars at the Grove. As I get older, memories from years past tend to blend together. What's the matter, young one? Why so quiet? Did my daughters really get into some trouble? If they refuse to apologize, just let me know. Their old dad can still talk some sense into them.
What should we do? I really can't tell him.
Mr. Fabio, the Black Tide took Kenani and Artakama.
What?
They fought until their last breath against the Black Tide to defend the Grove. As the Chrysos heir stationed at the Grove, I failed to protect them. Mr. Fabio, if you're upset,
Don't put it that way. Even if my Artakama wasn't one of the Chrysos heirs mentioned in the prophecy, she was still a heroine, wasn't she?
We're finally getting a distinction. So there are multiple Chrysos heirs that are better than just average people, but some of the Chrysos heirs were mentioned in the prophecy. Not all of them.
What's that talking about?
What's wrong? I'm busy. There's a lot going on in the city and I've got my hands full.
Mister, we're sorry to bother you, but
Wait, Lady Castors, did Lady Aglaia send you because of some mistake I made at work?
keep your cool, Titus. I'm Anaxagoras from the Grove of Epiphany, and a colleague of your father, old Titus. A few days ago, your father passed away.
Wait, what? My old man died? That's no shocker. At his age, he was due for the River of Souls any time.
In his last moments, he discovered the joys of young adult fantasy novels and young boy shonen anime manga. Quick question: do trotters no longer exist? I never forgot about what you used to do to them. You know, did we see any trotters on Pentaconi? I don't think that we did. The Trotters only exist in the Herta Space Station, Bellabog, and the Lofu, I think. And I actually don't think that we ever saw any Trotters in Pinnaconny. And we haven't seen any in Amphorius either. There's a bunch just playing on the pool on the skyship. Yeah, I'm talking about like... So, Cheesy is talking about how I like kill them in combat and like chase them down across the map in order to get their rewards. They replaced the Trotters in each zone with trash cans, and then you fight lordly trash cans instead in Pinnaconny. And in Amphorius, they replaced the lordly trash cans with Bartholos, the spirit thief. So I guess no, Trotters don't really exist in terms of combat anymore. So they're safe for now. They're safe for now. Yeah, we haven't been back to a place with Trotters. In fact, I think that even when we were doing versions 2.5 and 2.6, or was it 2.6 and 2.7, when we were back for the Sky Splitter and the Shackling Prison, I don't think that they were in there either. I'll look at the map and double check, but yeah, I don't think that was the case. We really haven't seen any Trotters for a while.
Just up and left me behind. That old man. I've been telling him for ages to stay in the Holy City and enjoy his retirement. But no, he just had to go off to that grove and mess around with those scholars. Still wouldn't budge after all those arguments. That stubborn old thing. I already got him a retirement home and was waiting for him to come around. My effort is wasted now, and he didn't even give me a chance to say goodbye. That bull-headed old man, stubborn as a mule.
That is it. That's all the colleagues' families that I remember.
Good work, Miss. And Professor Anaxa.
Let's go. Take me to see Aglaya.
All right. I'll lead the way.
If the cat chimeras dropped stuff, would you club them for their drops? Absolutely, without hesitation. I don't think that you understand the lengths through which I would go for drops. Even if the little puff pastry cake cats had drops, I'd farm them too. Yep. You're lucky you don't drop anything. I'd love to have one of those as a pet, though. Like, I would actually bring it out instead of little sleep tape here. I think I do know. I've watched you play Dragon Age. Yeah, I will go through great lengths for treasure. And it's even worse for Dragon Age because in that game you have multiple save files. In this game, you know, there are some things that I might not do for treasure. Like if it involves giving up high moral praise, because that's a treasure in its own.
Miss Castorix, my lady, you're back.
Hello. We have an important matter to discuss with Lady Aglaya. May we trouble you to inform her of our presence?
My apologies, Miss Castorus. Lady Aglaya has just informed me that she has no time to receive anyone at the moment.
That's just great. She refuses to even see me. Answer me this, friend. Did Aglaya order you to take me directly to prison?
Who are you?
Please don't jest. It's possible that she really is busy. Let's wait here a moment, and I'll try to contact her using the slate.
That's a lot of words. Like, hey, heard about the Grove. Yeah, sorry you went through that. Things are pretty tough here in the city. So we're not here right now. Sorry. Rest up before the next event. Like, it could be so much shorter. It's the garment makers. Yeah, it's basically like an AI chatbot.
It's fortunate we don't have to confront that woman while I'm hauling around this body. Castorus, and this friend I haven't gotten the chance to know, I'll take my leave for today. That Titan made a myriad of adjustments on their own. My head still aches from that. I don't want to stay a second longer in this noisy city if I can.
Please be careful. Akuma isn't the Grove. This place
is covered by her golden threads. I know. That woman is extremely confident I won't escape her grasp.
You know, any enemy of his Glaya is okay in my book.
I'll mind my behavior.
Miss, so many unexpected things happened on our journey to the Grove. We truly had no intention of putting you in danger, let alone face the Black Tide head on.
I like both of these answers.
The Black Tide is not just an enemy of Akuma, but all of Amphorius. Even back when the forces of strife coveted the Holy City, their warriors still undeniably halted the Black Tide outside Castrum Primnos. Negador's core flame now sits vacant, and the Black Tide has returned. The Grove is an academic city with the best understanding of the Black Tide. It shouldn't have fallen so easily, and yet it was taken overnight, leaving the city in blood and tears, haunted by the spirits of departed heroes. The trial of strife is imminent. I pray Mighty will be able to steal his resolve soon. Lady Treeby once traveled across thousands of cities in Amphorius to repel the Black Tide. But even they have no recollection of this powerful enemy in all their journeys. Perhaps the fall of strife has triggered even more terrifying events in unseen places. As for me, I detected a strong stench of death from that entity. But it wasn't because it had a connection with Thanatos. I'm afraid it's purely because it has sent countless others to
That's so
their deaths.
metal.
Speaking of Thanatos,
Can we play as the black cloaked guy?
Miss, there is something else I wish to verify with you. You must have an idea of the curse I bear by now. I was born as the shadow of death, a poison shunned by all living beings. Yet when you caught me in the grove,
I didn't die.
I'm curious why you weren't affected by my power, Miss.
It's probably because of the destruction. Maybe it just hasn't taken effect yet. I'm used to it. I'm just special like that. It's just Firefly under the hood. Oh no, not again. The same thing happened in the vortex. What happened in the vortex? Did I catch Cerces at some point? They're talking about the is the vortex the genesis of
That might be the case if we only brushed the very tips of our fingers. But back then... My apologies for the abrupt question. For all my life, I've always wondered, what is my connection to death? And why am I inextricably linked to Thanatos? Miss, you must be tired after being on the move these past few days. Please set aside the tragedy at the Grove for now, and rest for the day.
Oh no, we're gonna have silent lines again. We were going for so long without having to deal with it. Why am I so fast? It's just actually how fast Trivy is. I guess her legs are moving so quickly that it gives me the illusion that she's moving faster than she actually is. Could you imagine, like, so after Sam, right? We were like, wow, this like mecha robot that's like so awesome and just like burning everything to a crisp and is so cool. And it's like, oh, actually, it's just like an anime girl underneath, and she's shy and like it's to go on long walks with the main character. And then if they did it twice in a row, like, you know, the stench of death, it was so strong on them, but it's not because they had any connection to the Death Titan. That's just how many people they killed. And it's just like another cute anime girl underneath. Knowing Koyo, it probably is. Like my private bath.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
Being back on some of these older chats, you can buy the high morals now. They're expensive, but you can just have an infinite one with just credits. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of need all the credits that I have. What was the vortex of Genesis? Oh, I think that maybe... I don't exactly remember, but like maybe when we were trying to go into the trial, we caught Cerces at some point. There's actually no way to exit the vortex, right? Like if I were to go out this way, am I gonna get a blue dotted line? No blue dotted line. So I think that this is kind of would be the death of a space anchorless run. I think you were mentioning that earlier. Yeah, like a couple of streams ago. But there's no way to leave this room without warping or teleport fast traveling. Oh, I already bought some of the high morals because there's an achievement for it. And I even used some of the high morals to buy the salacious magazines, or the slander magazines, from the person in the Sky Splitter as well, because I like having one of every item. Oh, I have it the other way around. I actually, so you sell the thing for jade. For meager 5 jades. Yep.
This person's name was seldom mentioned by others. Incomplete, just like his fate.
Keep your distance from that blasphemous one, lest misfortune follows you like a shadow.
I recently filled out a survey, but I should have mentioned that the as I've written goes through too quickly.
With the god's edict, even I cannot resist. Yet, I sincerely believe this is not to be my destiny. Miracles are the most conceited actions of gods. They are God's denial of humanity via might.
Yeah, I could turn it off.
Magic tricks are the most
I'm not too worried about actually learning the stuff, because by the time I get the next page, I'm gonna have forgotten everything that's come before. So I think that like towards the end, or maybe like halfway through, I will just like take some time on stream and just actually read through all of them at once. Someone mentioned that I saw this HoYoLab post where if you open up the book, I'll do it like in a little bit here. I don't like either of these. This is like 500 steps too far beyond I think therefore I am. Meal buddies. Has he even offered to eat with us yet? I don't like any of these. We just are randomly people that met. We're definitely not arch enemies. We could be like co-workers, slight acquaintances. Anyway, if you open up the book, the constellations take a while to load, and then it's overlaid by the actual flame chasers. But if you actually pay attention to what constellations light up for what, they actually seemingly correspond to, you know, everyone that we've met so far. So, for example, Castris for death, Tribby for passage, Aglaia for romance, Maide for strife. And by doing this enough times and paying attention and basically just screenshotting, you can kind of see that Maide will actually be the what's it called, world bearer, which kind of makes sense. That's the Titan holding the Atlas Titan. None of these other people have shown up though. Like this is the overflowing chalice. That's the ocean guy. And then this is Ornerix, the time guy. This is Justice because of the scales. So then let's see what the other ones are. I think this is the coin for Zeldrius. The trickery Titan. That's the guy that I would follow, apparently. And then what would this one be? This is strife and this is death, so then this must be... No, because this is trickery over here. And I don't know what this one is, though. We're in the vortex, so we can just look it up. I mean, they're technically not spoilers yet. Yeah, they probably are, though. Zagreus. So I've learned that I love Bartholos, the spirit thief. I love Cypher. So I guess I just must be a follower of trickery if I were actually an Amphorius person. Well, I still don't know whether Maide will inherit strife, because he hasn't done it yet. But it seems pretty likely that he will, because Phynon couldn't do it, and he should have done it from the very beginning. And it also, even without any story stuff happening, like him being from the place that worships strife basically means that he should just be the strife champion. Like, it's always made sense for him to be the strife. I know that he doesn't want to do it himself, but like, I don't know, like, tough. You have a job to do. There's only 12 core flames, and you want to save the world, right? So this is Earth. That's the one that I didn't know about. Someone already has it, and I don't know who it is, but Georius, Vagosa, Aquila. What is that, like Sky? Yeah, that's Sky, Titan. So those are the two that I didn't know. Sky and Earth. You don't trust Aglaia, but you could be her. Tough, that you have a job to do. Save the world. It just seems like an extremely selfish thing, right? Like, to just completely give up on your responsibility because I don't know, because your mom's dead? I don't know. It's just like you could save the world, or you could like wallow in self-pity, I guess. So Cerces, I mean, I guess Anaxa has the core flame in him instead of actually having offered it up to the vortex yet. Carefully, that's the Atlas Titan, the World Bearer. Romance. What's the actual name for this guy? Just Throne of the Worlds? Like, it has to mean something, because this is romance, and this is reason. Oh, Dawn? No, what is this? The Titans of Creation. Knowledge, maybe? Or like wisdom or something? Passage, justice, and time. Yeah, okay. We'll get there. It took us a while to understand all the Aeons, and there are even more of these Titans to learn about than there were Aeons, and we had to learn them all at once rather than, you know, a few at a time.
A few games of chess will while away the time.
Am I going to voice Don Hung? Long time no see. I've heard about what happened from Finon. You've been through a lot. Whoops. Well, I said whatever that was. It's all in service of the Trailblaze. Heh. Wasn't expecting Amphoris to temper the will of the Nameless. What you been up to? I was organizing logs. I also asked Hyacinth for some research material from the Grove. I discovered something interesting. You remember that Amphorius' sky was sealed away by a Titan? Aquila's presence keeps the world isolated from the rest of the world beyond the sky. Well, good thing we're going to kill them and take their core flame. It seems Hyacinth's ancestors were sky priests who worshipped Aquila. Perhaps you can give us more clues of the way to get back to the Astral Express. Sounds like Hyacinth is going to be the bearer of the sky core flame. Nothing out of the ordinary happened in the Holy City in the past few days. Didn't have to talk to anyone either. It's kind of nice spending time alone. Just you wait, your good times are coming to an end. After what happened at the Grove, there should be unrest in the coming days. We should rest for now. Let's get some rest. I heard some rumors. If you aren't going to wander around, I suggest avoiding the hot bath. Why? That's going to be the first place I go to now.
Trianne?
What's wrong? Is there trouble at the Grove?
Yes, I sensed something. It was fleeting, but very strong. It feels like they're in some big trouble. Trianne used the Century Gate again.
Can you see what's actually happening?
No, it's fuzzy like always. But the enemy's aura has disappeared. Maybe they've moved to a safe place.
Let's hope that it's just a false alarm. We should place our trust in her and Castra's teacher. They will keep Trianne safe.
Maggie, you're talking like we're little kids. One day, Trianne will reach her limit, and Traby will take on the role of gatekeeper from her. We are all aware of that.
Oh, Trivi's gonna take over? Why couldn't Trion take it
a
over?
little concerned about her state of mind. Trian was already unable to speak, even in short sentences when they left. We want to say a proper goodbye at the very least.
I will pray with you.
Thanks. And Aggie, it looks like we will need you to come with us to the baths this time to unwind. It feels like neither of us have laughed for a long while. It's time to head out with the west wind!
All right.
I wonder if I can. I don't think I'm allowed to look at the stats of fake Trivi. Yeah, I'm not. I wanted to see how my Trivi compared.
Feels as ephemeral as dew on a leaf.
Yeah.
And full of the...
What am I rewinding? Oh, that. I'm not allowed to talk to the Trojan horse.
Here's really hot and heavy. Has it always been like this? Is someone injured over there?
What is this?
What happened here?
Watch out! Watch out! For the Cremnoan! Cremnoan? This is their doing?
Aggie, now's not the time to dwell on that. Let's help the injured people first.
People? I only see one.
Excuse me, coming through. Oh, you two are here as well. That's a relief. Even the Twilight Courtyard is involved? What in the world happened here?
I actually just came to relax. But as soon as I got here, I saw all these people lying on the ground. I've examined them, and they don't seem to be seriously ill. It feels like they've just spent too much time in the hot water.
Multiple individuals fainting simultaneously from the hot pool steam? Where is the manager of the baths?
He disappeared, and no one knows where he's gone to. Some people have been saying that the Cremnoans are behind this. Lady Aglaya, what do you think about this?
Let these people rest. The two of you, please come with me.
Have you thought of something, Aggie?
Yes. While their intentions elude me, it's time to bring this farce to a close.
I heard it's the Cremnoan.
Council of Elders, maybe?
This is all you can do, huh? Pitiable.
Oh. They're, having a competition.
Oh, this many people?
Who in the world did this?
Snowy! Even Snowy!
The culprit. The culprit is Mightymouse. Oh.
Dee, what did you do to everybody?
Just another duel where I claim.
Duel?
They remind me a lot of Kakashi and Might Guy.
On the surface, these two are the mightiest warriors in the Holy City, but they're still impulsive youths at heart. Speak up, Mighty. Tell us exactly what kind of foolishness you and Fire
Isn't it obvious?
indulged in
They
this
wanted to
time.
see which one would endure the most heat. How's your recovery coming along, my friend? Like, as if that would ever be what he says.
No, none of those sound right.
I love the idea of him having these inner thoughts and they're all out of character, and then him just refusing to say any of them because they're out of character. He's just gonna end up having like one option that's gonna be like, stop whining, you baby.
Forget it. Am I seeing things? Is the magnificent deliverer finally deigning to step outside?
It's a little tragic, actually, that he wants to say such kind things, but he just can't bring himself to do it. He just wants to say, like, chin up, like, you know, you lose some, you win some. But nope. He can only tease.
What kind of response is that?
Nothing. I was just imitating your usual response. I don't feel anything special from you. Have you passed the demigod trial?
The ritual hasn't reopened yet. In case you forgot, it hasn't been that long since I pulled you out of the trial.
So you can't just immediately get back into it.
I didn't forget.
Then, you're welcome.
In twilight's last gleam, Makima stands bold. Her walls sturdy, tales untold. Dreaming of her fruitful gardens, pilgrims arrive from distant lands. Figs and olives, so grand. Yet little do they know that they will step into flames, fuel to the fire, a burning brand.
Ooh, is that another prophecy?
What are you playing at this time?
I just felt like reciting a few lines of poetry. Surely the Crown Prince of Kremnos knows how to appreciate poetry, right?
Kremnoans steer clear of such weak literature. But my library doesn't lack collections of this kind.
These lines express the poet's yearning for their home, just as Akama is distant from many people's homes.
I know how to interpret poetry, Haikis.
There's no point in pretending to be profound, my friend. Thank you for helping me out when I was in a tight spot, but it seems to me that you aren't prepared for the trial either.
Don't compare your situation with mine. My people are still relying on me. I can't ascend to godhood on my own without first resolving their issues.
Or you could ascend to solve their issues.
Are you suggesting that you, the mighty Mightimos, and the heir to the throne of Kremnos, wish to defy tradition that has endured among your people for millennia?
Even fine, I was giving it to him.
Still thinking about what I should do.
Never mind. It's probably not my place to offer you counsel. An idea does strike me, though.
Maybe I should take over.
Go ahead. Let's see what terrible ideas you've come up with this time.
Maybe we both need to relieve some stress. Come, Mightimos, let's recommence our previous competition. This time, we'll see who can stay in the super hot bath for longer. What? Are you chickening out?
The phrase chickening out does not exist in the Kremnoan language. I just find this situation absurd, that's all. All-knowing historian, are you not aware that we Kremnoans use boiling water from sword forging for our baths?
What is a tall tale?
Looks like I'll have to teach you some royal etiquette today.
Like, we take the water directly from the blacksmith and just, you know, drink it when we're thirsty, which we never are because thirsty isn't a word in the Kremnoan language.
And thus, an unprecedented sauna battle commences! With unparalleled resolve, the two warriors' determination even alters the very hue of the steam. Flames intertwine with scalding vapor, reaching toward the heavens, shrouding the sky and the sun. The spectacle is so magnificent that none dare gaze upon it directly.
Yeah, so for future reference, if you ever find yourself given the opportunity to fight someone that's immortal, you probably should not engage in an activity or a competition where the first one to die loses. Like, Maide can't possibly lose this competition. I have no idea why Finon would even try.
Since we can't see what's happening in the competition, why don't I regale you with a tale of kings to pass the time? Do you recall the legend of the Gorgo lion mentioned by a certain veteran? The central figure, the main character, was not the sole sovereign of that land. An Oryx stood as its formidable rival. Long before the dawn of Erechrysia, the two beasts started their timeless battle on the plains of Tritos. The lion regarded the Oryx as its food, while the Oryx perceived the lion as a scornful, oppressive, and challenging barrier that it swore to topple with its antlers. For tens of thousands of years, without respite, the two creatures thus continued their relentless pursuit and rivalry.
Respite, huh?
It fixated on its rival's fleeing form in the chase.
I'm sure the shippers are having a field day with this scene.
Nearly within reach. It was stuck in a corner. It had nowhere to escape. On the land of Amphorius, some lives meet their end at dusk, some at dawn, and yet others are fated to perish under the blistering sun at noon. And at last, the most scorching moment of the day descended upon them. The formidable hand of fate heeded their call and arrived!
My lords, would you like me to reduce the temperature a little?
What? You're chickening out already?
Get lost.
Are you asking me to get lost, or...
timing of this scene though. Fade to black, brass gasping noises. Also, they're like literally taking a bath together.
Oh, please forgive my presumptuousness, my lords.
What a spectacle of folly.
And the three ladies are being like, yeah, these two fools.
What I'm saying is, your little game dragged down quite a few innocent souls alongside you.
You will personally escort back home the customers left awestruck by our formidable presence.
This isn't fair. You are wearing way less.
Is this the latest trend now? Getting into the baths while dressed in full armor?
Don't look at me like that. It was he who challenged me. There is no word for flee in the Kremnoan language.
But you're speaking the common language though.
Very well. Let us bring this farce to a
Like no one even said flee first.
Warriors, it's time to get moving.
I'm starting to think that there is no word for this in the Kremnoan language. Is just like an idiom at this point.
Alas, the flame chase journey is destined to be a lengthy one, replete with obstacles.
But thanks to those two, all the gloom has vanished into thin air. Well, we
Has
just had
it?
quite the commotion. It's not every day we find the Memorial Palace this serene. Shall we continue with our previous plans? Hyacinth, would you care to join us?
Such an empty bath is indeed a rare sight. I was looking forward to unwinding after work. I'd be delighted to accept your invitation, Lady Treevee.
This is like
How about we go to the biggest bath?
severe whiplash compared to Trian nearly dying and the black hooded guy trying to kill us and Castris like nearly dying.
Let me check. The water temperature feels just perfect.
And it's like, meanwhile, the rest of the cast was like, went on to the beach and like had a bathhouse day and look how much fun everyone's having.
But, Lady Treevee, aren't you going to soak in the bath with us?
We will have to pass. After all, we've become children.
Still
Please
shallow enough for you
understand that
to.
she can no longer endure the heat of this pool due to the blessings of Yanis.
How hot is this pool?
Oh. Are you curious about us, Hyacinth?
I am, but something tells me that it might be better to change the topic.
Don't get all nervous. It's not something we can't discuss. The truth is, a long, long time ago, we were a mature adult just like Aggie. Then, because of reasons, we inherited Yanis's divinity and gained the power of passage. And in return, the price we had to pay was the splitting of our soul.
Each opening of the Century Gate intensifies the strain on Treevee and the others. They are gradually regressing towards infancy, both in body and mind.
We don't know what awaits us at the end either, but anyway, that's why we've turned into children.
In that case, when you opened that giant sentry gate above Akama during the battle against Encoder,
Well, there's no way around it. We all know that the flame chase journey won't be a smooth ride.
maybe we can find a way to fix it. The primary research focus of moose forests is the soul. We explore its depletion and methods to restore dispersed souls. As long as research continues, there might be a breakthrough that can help.
The opening cutscene when Trinan was having a temper tantrum with Tribby over the rock, the amber, whatever, the antique, whatever it was. I forgot actually exactly what it was. But that is explained a bit more. Like, I thought that it was just like her being overly sensitive about a relic of her past, but if she's actually regressing towards childhood, then she might have like actually been having like a young person temper tantrum. There is, if you go to the Honkai Star Rail official YouTube channel, there is a Myriad Celestia video that goes over the original Tribby. What was her name again? Tribios, I think, was the original name. Tribios, and her finding the prophecy, and just not wanting to deal with the Black Tide and being the first demigod by stealing Janus's core flame. It wasn't freely given, and she didn't kill the Titan or anything like that. She just, snuck in and took it. But in that video, she immediately turned into 1,000 young Tribbies. But it seems like what should have happened is she would have turned into 1,000 mature adult Tribbies, and then as she continued opening the gates, they all slowly regressed towards childhood. But maybe like it was too annoying to animate because you already have the character model for Tribby, and then you would have also given away that they were slowly regressing all along. Who knows?
We will do everything we can.
So your first reaction is in fact denial. You're indeed an Anaxa student. I look forward to your good news, Hyacinth.
Now there's another reason to look forward to tomorrow.
Yikes.
Lady Treby, what's wrong?
Something's off. It's that strong feeling again. Is it Trian?
Maybe this is the whiplash I was talking about.
It's not Trian this time. It's Trinan. Trinan is in danger.
They were all just like goofing off, having a good time.
I win this round of escorting the bathers home.
How does one contender alone make a valid competition?
Offering a compliment or two wouldn't be the end of you, you know.
Haikas.
What is that word? Is that your native tongue?
It means hyena. I'm likening you to a weak hyena. By the way, you emphasized the completely wrong syllable.
Though we've been acquainted for some time, I have rarely heard you talk in the ancient tongue of Kremlin.
Makes sense that a group that
It's because I'm not exactly a master.
idolizes lions.
I can listen and read just fine, but when it comes to writing,
Maide is Sushan confirmed?
you speak as if you don't have a brain.
That was in jest. I understand. After all, you spent all your childhood wandering far from home.
Worry about yourself first, Deliverer. You also never mention your hometown, apart from when you need to introduce yourself.
Things are getting a little personal here.
Well,
It's because there isn't much to say. Ides Elysiae is simply a tiny village that disappeared many years ago in the flames of war. The only times I get to see it are in my dreams and in
the trial.
And in the trial from the
Yep.
Lance of Fury.
I knew it.
Yes. I saw it all. Ides Elysiae ablaze with everyone. My family, friends, and my kin. Lying in a sea of flames. A blood-red half-sun hung in the sky. Just like on that day. And before my eyes, that murderer killed Cyrene.
Cyrene?
But I saw
A gold
its
name?
form this time. A black cloak, an eerie mask, and a broken giant sword that carried an ominous aura.
So the guy that we just fought?
I fought it in the trial. But even though I've been fighting, improving, and resolutely getting stronger all this time, I still couldn't defeat it.
You were blinded by hatred and almost lost yourself in that trial.
That's right. And that's why I am truly thankful to you, Mightimus.
I don't think that a Cyrene kit has been revealed
Better
yet.
late than never.
Then what about you, Mighty? What did you see in that trial? What do you fear?
There is no word for fear in the Kremnoan language.
I'm getting the feeling that your language has no words at all.
See, there, you finally said it.
To answer your question, I saw Akuma in the trial, as well as my old comrade, Hephaestion, Perdiccas,
None of those names are yellow.
Ptolemy, and Possesta. Ever since I returned from the Sea of Souls, these five have been by my side. We faced life and death together during our days in exile. Those 10 years were arduous, yet filled with moments worth treasuring. Each night, we would gather by the campfire, savoring honey brews and singing our hearts out. The wind in the wilds of Amphorius smelled like rust. Hephaestion would always tease me about adding goat milk to the honey brew, claiming I ruined the blood-red color of the drink. He had a scrawny figure, but was a relentless force on the battlefield, dispatching foes without so much as a blink.
I think these characters are designed enough to be 4 stars. Sure, bring all 5 of them in. Why not? Yeah, I'm sure they're all gonna die. Yeah, they're probably all gonna die in the middle of the story.
Perdiccas was an expert in concocting medicines, delving into all those strange folk remedies. Leonius was a swift runner and our most reliable messenger.
So that's destruction, abundance, hunt. There you go.
Ptolemy was a real bookworm.
Erudition,
spouting off in
perfect.
chapters and verses. When we left Kremnos, he made off with a stack of ancient tomes from the Grand Library. Not like it mattered.
What do you mean? They're all just
Companion of the
outlined.
library.
I'm just desperate here.
And then there was Possesta. He was the silent type.
Musician? Sounds like harmony to me. There you go.
This is
5
the
new
first
4
time I've heard
stars.
you mention these 5 and their names.
They died on the battlefield.
And they're all dead.
Detachment
Well,
managed to join Akuma.
GG.
Perdiccas was the first to go. He was shot in the stomach by a poisonous arrow from the people of Ladon in the 2nd month of cultivation. In the end, his remedies mended all but himself.
Mightimus, do not mourn. I have achieved honor by bestowing a noble death upon the enemy.
Leonius died in the 5th winter. Idonia's snowstorm lasted 3 full months. On the night of the fiercest storm, our foes launched their assault.
Idonia. Is that the city Castorus used to live in?
Yes. Those zealots were as fearless as Kremnoans in the face of death. But they lacked respect for honor. They cornered us in a bottomless swamp. Leonius covered for our retreat. They cut his legs off. He vanished into the mire of a foreign land. His body never to be recovered.
Like, he's still alive.
This is perfect. Mightymost.
Leonius.
I can finally deliver the news
Leonius?
of you ascending the throne to the Nether Realm. 20 dusks later, we finally breached the walls of Idonia and entertained
I didn't see a body.
usurper's plea for peace. However, rebels refused to surrender and set up an ambush within the city. Ptolemy and his cavalry met their end before they could even relish our triumph. Those obelisks that collapsed after being set on fire became their final resting place.
Mightymus, please tell my family. It was not cunning schemes that vanquished Ptolemy, but the immense weight of Amphorius' entire history.
Then, it was Pacesta. You lured the enemies into the city of Aenionis with his melodies, buying us invaluable time. Our enemies, consumed by indignation when they discovered the trick, set the entire city and my soldiers on fire. His final words were recorded on a small clay tablet, fractured by the flames.
Mightymus, don the crown.
And at last, my most trusted friend, Hephaestion. He was supposed to stand by my side through it all. A sudden relapse of his illness hit him on the eve of my duel against my father.
Man, and their healer was the first one to
He hid
die
his
too.
condition from me. By the time I returned victorious, he had but a breath left in him.
A Kremnoan dying on a sick bed. I would be a laughingstock to everyone.
Hephaestion, my dear friend, spare your strength. I'll go get a
Cyclops,
physician.
farewell quartet.
No need. Even if Perdiccas were here, he couldn't stop destiny
never
from
mind.
taking me away.
So the healer dying didn't matter.
No! None can take you away.
Mightymus, our king, do not shed tears for me. It's not befitting of your status. Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead
Yeah,
us
that's the one.
back home.
What a grave trial indeed. Now I understand why you see immortality as a defect, or even a curse.
My father threw me into the sea of souls to break the wheel of karma. But little did he realize it would grant me an immortal body and summon a fated revenge on his head.
That's basically a
Following his demise,
Oedipus Rex.
I considered leading my people back to our homeland. Kremnos had already turned it into a wasteland. Only darkness and insanity thrives there. Against the dissent of many, Krateros included, I made the Kremnoan detachment stay in Akama. But I know that their glory will never be doused out. The instant of strife shall inevitably arrive.
If you take over Encoder, then you must begin the journey back to your homeland. So, you hesitate because you think leaving your people in the Holy City is a better choice?
I don't know. But I have never been crowned. Those 5 were never endowed with any titles. None is aware of their glory.
Your predicament is truly complicated.
I mean, I still don't think
know how
it
I
is,
can
but
give you any useful advice. Maybe you could seek counsel from more people, such as the Grand Craftsman. Cartonis' people seem to have been through comparable dilemmas. And that teacher of yours, Krateros?
he mispronounced it again.
Big problem!
Lady Tribby, what's making you so flustered?
Hurry up and go save Trinan! She got abducted by Krateros!
By Krateros?
Krateros, what's going on?
Mighty-Mos. It seems I was the one who exposed my vulnerabilities first.
Aglaya, I demand an explanation.
This man abducted Trinan by force and forced her to bring him to the vortex of Genesis. He then brazenly stepped into the trial of the Lance of Fury, and naturally failed.
Of course, yeah.
She telling the truth? Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to wait anymore. Your hesitation made me desperate. If you want to run away from your destiny to become king, then keep running. Someone will eventually stand up and fill in the gap left by strife. Then they will lead our people home.
Why does one
Age has blinded you, teacher.
require the other?
Can't you see that I'm hesitating because of this very recklessness seared into your blood?
Krateros, do you truly believe you're worthy of entering the trial? To blaspheme against the prophecy? Does the mission we Chrysos heirs bear seem like child's play to you?
Do you know how the Kremnoans see you, Aglaya? You're a hypocrite and a megalomaniac. The prophecy of Genesis and the Flame Chase journey are just excuses for you to seize power.
Silence, Krateros. Do you even know what you're saying?
Are you defending this woman, Mighty-Mos? How many wars did people start because of her and her so-called prophecy? How many cities fell in the past millennium? Their people massacring each other.
I guess I need to know more about the Chrysos War, because wasn't that all caused by the Black Tide? Have a good night, Pi. Thanks for stopping by.
Even if this so-called Genesis really exists, will there be a place for the Kremnoans in that new world?
Yes.
Are you done talking? By agreement between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, those who trespass upon the vortex of Genesis need not be tried by the Council. I am allowed to pass judgment alone. Krateros, your actions are unforgivable. I hereby sentence you.
Aggie, wait! We have a proposal. Someone has to resolve this conflict between the cities.
Well, the Ackman kids don't want to play with the Cromoan kids. Yeah, they don't. I mean, if so, I think that the whole point of all of this is to reverse the black tide, right, and restore the land. So, like, if they do the thing, then they'll have a space. Like, they could just go back to Kratos Krymnos, right?
Lord Kratos did not use violence to harm us. We can sense that his anxiety stems from his concern for his people's future. Please, Aglaya, hear us out first.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, Lord Kratos. We were so preoccupied with deciphering the fragments of prophecy that we neglected those of you not favored by its message. Your accusations were harsh, but justified. We wish to earn your trust, and those of the Kremnoans. I think the best way to do that is to take you to witness the source of the prophecy for yourself.
How are you going to show me something that has no form?
You've heard about that Outlander, right? She has somehow made a connection with Orynyx and can completely replicate scenes from the past.
Yeah, we did do that
We will
earlier.
ask for her aid. Tomorrow, at the Abyss of Fate in the Temple of Yanisopolis, we will show you everything from that distant memory, Kratos.
A fair proposal. I accept.
Until then, you will be stripped of your freedom. That is my one condition, and I will brook no argument.
It is not the first time I've been made someone else's prisoner. Do as you please, demigod.
Teacher, why did you do this?
Forgive me, young master, but I just cannot wait any longer. Ever since your father died, our people and I have been waiting for a day to revive Kremnos. We placed all of our hopes in you, but never received an answer.
This obsession for returning home has become a sickness for our people. Wise as you are, I refuse to believe that you can't see the truth.
You have a clear head, which is why you're also incomparably alone. A smart person can only choose to tangle himself with the mundane of this world. If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos. Just as you did back then.
A fierce fighter. I did not expect such heroism from a feeble Acheron. Fulfill your duty as the victor, warrior, and tell me your name. I seek an honorable death from you.
As if you have any honor! Listen closely. I am the leader of the Kremnoan detachment, Mightimos. I'm here to finish you, Father.
It is you, the beast spurned by all. So you did defy death. The prophecy was true. You will bring an end to my Kremnoan dynasty.
Defy? You're wrong. Death fears me. It's the reason I have this body of steel. As for you, you already stand at death's door, Father. You were the one who threw me into the Sea of Souls. The one who tried in vain to enslave a Titan. And the one who desecrated the body of the
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Haikus! You're a weak king. So weak that even the lowliest hyena is a more noble existence than you. And now, fate's reckoning is upon you.
Then swing your blade. Take my crown. Coronate yourself with an old king's blood and inherit it all. Become the new rightful king of Kremnos.
No. I don't want the crown. Listen. There's only one end for the kings of Kremnos. Then the crown means nothing to me.
It's probably for the best, since he's immortal and all.
Your life. To avenge Mother and my comrades.
Like, if he really did choose to put on the crown and he's actually immortal, then like someone comes up to try to kill him and maybe he dies and then he just like revives and then keeps the crown on his head. That'd be pretty annoying.
But the walls of Kremnos will not fall. Do you truly think you can escape fate's grasp, my son? You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear. Now, kill me! The son of Borgo is destined to be crowned in blood!
He said the Grand Craftsman Cartonus might have some suggestions. Might as well go see him. Grand Craftsman, how have you been?
I would love to have control over my character so I can just end the stream.
You would come, I knew.
You knew I was coming?
Your matters, I've heard. The path forward you seek. Many questions you have. But before that, take this.
That's the signet for the Strife Titan.
A signet ring for the king of Kremnos. Belonged to your mother. Recast and restore it. I did.
She took off her ring and threw it away right before she died, or right before she challenged.
A long time to fish out it took. Very fortunate we were.
I can hardly imagine how much patience and courage it must have taken to find such a small signet ring in the Sea of Souls. I owe you one.
Gratitude there is no need for. Repayment for saving me, this is. Questions you bring with you? Ask now.
Fate I've always denied has finally caught up to me. By all rights, I should accept Strife's authority. It would make everyone happy. The Chrysos heirs, the Council of Elders, the Kremnoans. Even the bards who will write it all into song.
Yet hesitate still you do. Hesitate, why do you, young king?
Because of my people. Be they men, women, the elderly, or children. The hearts of all Kremnoans yearn for home. They've all been waiting for this day. For the day their king returns. Children of Strife would then be able to go home and embrace the old traditions. mind that most of them have only ever been heard in these so-called traditions and song. They would then gather around their king and throw themselves into battle.
Like I said, I don't think that one requires the other. Like, I feel like if he were to get the core flame, become the demigod, and then he were to say, hey, in 5 years we're going to move back to Kremnos, they would be like, you know, you got it, you're the king in 5 years. Like, I feel like he's expecting him to like become a demigod and then like the very next day just move everyone over. And that, you know, I don't know, if this were like a quest line thing, like maybe in, you know, playable character like special event timeline, it would happen basically in the same day. You could just say like, oh, we'll do it after we finish getting all of the core flames. Maybe you can't say that because it could take literal millennia. But I don't really know how anyone in Amphorius ages. Okay, how they went fishing in the sea for a ring and actually found it. I'm assuming they had it floated to the bottom. And it probably doesn't have many like fish in it or like really anything in it, so you probably find it pretty quickly, I feel like. Maybe you scrape the bottom of with nets.
This is not a good thing, you believe.
The Kremnoans have been trapped in a cycle of bloodshed for the past 1,000 years. They seek vengeance, start wars, become prosperous, decline. How much innocent blood flowed into the River of Souls in all those years? How many needless sacrifices could we have avoided? I accept that fate, become the totem of strife, that lead my people into repeating the same mistakes. Of course I would be terrified. I'd be terrified of becoming king. King.
A different kind of Kremnoan you truly are.
What did you dream about, my darling Trebios?
I had a dream that I turned into many me's. Then we made the moon into a ship, and made the stars into our sails.
This is her dreaming right now.
We floated on the ocean and let the wind blow us in any direction it wanted.
Well, that sounds like a lovely dream.
Yeah! The ocean and the sky were really, really dark. But there were so many of me that I wasn't scared at all, because we'd all sing together. The ocean wind blew us onto an island where the wind tasted like flowers. There were bleeding sheep and chirping birds inviting us to be their guests. There were so many animals on the island, but none of them ever fought.
Wonder if this is her first time seeing the
Giannis's holy maidens can receive
prophecy.
Guidance from the god of passages. Perhaps what you saw in your dream is a divine land somewhere in Amphorius.
You think so?
These
What's
are all
wrong,
holy maidens
Trebios?
of Janus.
You look unhappy.
Because on that same island, I saw a dark mountain on the other side of the ocean.
Yeah, this was
And it was very,
a flashback
very
to
tall.
her seeing the
mountain
prophecy for the first time.
alive, and it kept getting closer to the island. Then I realized it wasn't a mountain, but a very water. When the waves smashed against the island, it looked like it was going to eat the island up.
Have a good night, Lobster.
Animals tried to chase it away, but
I'm gonna end the stream as soon as I get control of my character.
then there was a bang and I woke up.
A dark wave.
Mama, does something that scary exist in real life?
Yes. Unfortunately, it does exist in Amphorius, but it's very far away from our temple. We call it the Black Tide, though it has nothing to do with water. It has no shape or form, but it can swallow up animals, humans, and even titans, turning them all into monsters.
Oh, the Black Tide is a baddie. I don't want everyone to turn into its food. Can't we chase it away?
Of course, my dear. You only need to behave well and listen to what the adults tell you. Study all the knowledge and etiquette you need, then grow up and become a proper holy maiden. The divine Yanis will then give you guidance and help you light the way for the people.
Wow, I'm gonna eat a lot and study a lot and become a holy maiden. But Mama, you said the Black Tide can swallow up titans too. What do we do if even Yanis is eaten?
If that happens, then the holy maiden will have to be the one to guide people on the right path. After all, we are the human avatars of the God of Passages, yeah?
Yeah!
But one person alone is not enough. Once you're older, you'll make a lot of friends. You must do your best to unite them, because that's also our duty as priests.
Friends? Are they also like me and Mama with pretty red hair?
They might not, but they'll certainly be just as smart and kind as you.
Mama? Am I dreaming?
Don't be silly, dear. Of course you're not dreaming. I've always been by your side.
What?
Now be a good girl and call your friends over too. Let's play hide and seek, just like we used to, okay? My Trebios is the smartest girl. I'm sure they remember where everyone is hiding.
The voice sounds so far away. I don't remember. Who am I looking for?
Your friends, who will chase the Black Tide away alongside you, of course.
Is this from my childhood? I don't remember.
Alright. Finally have control. But I'm not allowed to change my character. I'm not allowed to leave. Or do anything, really. So I guess I gotta keep on going?
Use the spindle to connect everyone.
There will be an amazing captain on that big ship. She's cheerful, optimistic, bold, and cautious. She'll be able to get everyone together.
Wow, that's amazing! Can I be the captain?
Of course you can. But you'll find someone else who's better for the job, my dear. I think that person lives in a beautiful temple that sits atop a hillside, covered in golden fig trees. There's a noble girl there who's very smart, but also very delicate.
Just like Mama?
Perhaps. But before we find the captain, the The ship also needs someone who can navigate it. Who could that be?
Let me think. I know! She's Treevy! I named this doll after myself? I don't remember it all. Is this a dream? Or something that happened in the past? Bad chest! You can't lock me away! Learning can change your destiny! A blackboard? And what is that drawing? Doesn't ring a bell at all. Perhaps it's packed full. Mama must have left all of these for me. All the words are blurred out. Could it be that my memory is fading? Huh? Why is this doll inside a chest? It's holding a...
Many years later, many brave warriors will board this ship. They're skilled combatants who fear no danger.
Ooh, I can learn how to fight too and protect everybody!
Silly girl. You're Yanisopolis' holy maiden. It's not your duty to fight. There will be many others to protect you.
Alright. Then where will they come from?
I believe one warrior hails from a lovely village where bulrushes flourish, while another comes from a magnificent royal city. Though each has their own troubles, both are ready to lend their strength for the ship's long voyage.
In that case, let Trian fight by their side. This way, they'll always stay on course. How could I have known the name Trian back then? Was it just a coincidence? Or...
When navigating at sea, you need to know both astronomy and geography.
Isn't Yanis's knowledge enough?
Oh, sweetie. The ocean isn't like the land. It's easy to get lost. That's why it's important to learn to recognize the miracle of Aquila.
Alright. Even though my brain is already super duper smart, I'll still try my very best.
Does that mean
Cerces
that
also favors children
Trian's the only one that can fly?
They will send a wise scholar as everyone's teacher to help you reach your dreams.
I want to be a teacher too. Oh, wait. I'm super duper smart. So I want to be the teacher's teacher.
Why not? But if you're going to be a teacher, you might need to tone down that hyper energy of yours.
Then Trinan can do it. She's well behaved and would make a great teacher. Mama and the others always said that I had a great memory. But now, I can't even tell if this is a memory or a dream.
Come, let's line them up.
I'm so tired, but the game has taken me hostage.
Now, Treebios, set them on this music box and let them compose a melody for our song.
Music box? What's that?
Sweetheart, are you still groggy from your nap? You invented it.
I invented it?
into you today. Well, you might as well see for yourself. Put your good friends on it and see the wonders it can do.
Okay, we cannot trust Gentle Mother because Gentle Mother calls Tribby Tribios, her original name, and she just called us Tribby.
Put the dolls on. It's rotating, and I can hear something.
That's right. It's a music box. If you place the dolls in the right spots, it will start rotating and play beautiful music. Out of all your inventions, this one is my favorite.
I don't remember.
It's all right, my child. I'll sing along to the tune, and it will help jog your memories. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raised their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided calamity's gate. They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Thus you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? O great Kephale, all-knowing Father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall. With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden blood spills unto the land, converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic heirs of this world.
What's going on?
Oh, yes, please lend me your ears. In the black mist, as death and fate draw close, on the bloodied earth, the living and dead, but ghosts. What is this world? It mirrors your maze-like fate. What is this world? A silent lament without a trace. What is the past? Wandering ghosts that linger. What is the future? Souls scattered by fate's finger. What is the start? A voyage born in solitude. What is the end? A spirit, lonely and subdued. Lonely and subdued. And subdued. And subdued. 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 Subdued.
You shouldn't trust her to begin with.
Trinos, run! The black tide has arrived.
Where can I go?
Still can't leave. Okay.
What's this?
So many dead tribbies. Also, flash warning, I guess, if you have epilepsy.
This is the sacrifice of a holy maiden. You won't make it to the peak. Only one person can.
I know. It's fine if we can't reach
your farewell, Streamlabs. Time is running out.
Mama, are you going to leave me?
My sweet girl. I will never leave you. But remember this, Trevios. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
Era Nova. That's a very small subtitle, but that's a new term. Era Nova.
Since your mind is made up, then traverse the black tide and dispel the fog for Amphorius.
They say only one will survive.
I shall see you tomorrow, my dearest Trevios.
Like, that could mean that Trippy will live while Trinan and Trian die.
Still in a dream?
But it could also mean that, like, literally everyone dies except for the Trailblazer. I don't think they would kill Dan Heng, though.
Did you have a nightmare?
Maybe. But it's been a long time since we had any dreams.
It's not yet the entry hour. You still have plenty of time to rest.
No. Our heart is still racing.
It must be that reckless Kremnoan soldier who startled Trinan. And you as well. If you want, I can pass through his chest with the golden thread right now.
Aggie, cut it out with the scary talk.
I'm just kidding. If I were serious, I wouldn't have waited until now. Do you want to talk about the dream? Keeping it bottled up is not good for your health.
We had a dream about Mama. The dream itself was nothing. It's just the timing that feels a bit unsettling.
I feel like the dream itself was not exactly nothing.
Trian. Even if we refrain from ever using the power of the Century Gate again, her soul continues to slowly drift away from her body. There isn't much time left.
Yeah, Caster should really learn how to...
It wouldn't be such a bad idea to let her relinquish her role as the gatekeeper and live out her days as a carefree child.
And finish making that gift for
You have
Trian.
a point, Aggie, but our decision has already been made on that matter.
I believe there's still another way.
Oh, now who's the
Souls
one
will be
denying?
spent until they dissolve into dust. Such is our fate. Once we had a whole and connected body. If that body were a tree, and its trunk and branches would share the same fate, decaying at the same pace. Now, we are fragmented into numerous selves. Despite the absence of a trunk, we are offered another possibility. We can choose how our branches will perish in a way that is most beneficial to the Flame Chase journey.
Compared with saying farewell to one person, watching many fade away before me is even more sorrowful.
Yep.
But advancing is the destined end of Yanis's trial. There's no retreat in our path. Don't feel sad about saying goodbye to us. You've already agreed on this, right?
It won't be long before I forget what sorrow tastes like.
So, what would you like for breakfast, Aggie?
What? Where did that come from?
After all this talking, we're feeling a bit hungry. Plus, it's nearly the entry hour now. Do you remember when we first met, Aggie? You were still a little one, and we caught you secretly eating oatmeal late at night.
While my emotions might be fading, those memories are still as vivid as ever, teacher. Please, let me do it. What would you like to eat?
It's fine. Leave it to us. You should rest for now. It won't take long, and we'll call you when it's done.
In that case, thank you.
Then, see you tomorrow, Aggie. Nevertheless, that nightmare is ominous. Memories are slipping away. Even the image of Mama. Just as expected, another trip must be made into the abyss of fate. Hopefully Orynyx will be willing to help us.
Oh no, not more dialogue. Please.
Long time no see, Professor Anaxa.
Who are you?
It's been a while. I'm the one who once overthrew the entire classroom in that spiritual physics lecture.
Oh, it's you.
No way. Do you really still remember that, Professor?
I remember that glib tongue of yours. What brings you here? Surely you're not here to reminisce.
Just how old are these people?
You could tell.
Of course. You only beat around the bush when you have a hidden agenda.
That's not true. I'm here to seek enlightenment, as always. Could you please teach me everything you know about the black-robed swordmaster?
Rumors sure travel fast. Unfortunately, I too know nothing about it. I can only tell you that it is clad in a black robe and wields a greatsword. At least, it looks like a greatsword. It's shaped like a twisted half-sun, and a peculiar dagger resembling a crescent moon. By the way, take this with you. I got it from the sneak attack. It's yours now.
I was right. It is this thing. The one who torched Aedes Elysiae to the ground. And killed everyone.
Don't try to be a hero. No one in Akama stands a chance against that thing right now.
Is that what the Titan said as well?
Not at first. But the god relented after having had a taste of its power. Even with a god possessing me, I couldn't fight against that blade. That incredible power doesn't seem to be granted by any Titan.
Are you suggesting that it originates from beyond Amphorius?
It's possible. Much like the Black Tide, no?
Nonetheless, it's an enemy we must overcome.
We? Drop the pipe dream, Phynon. No one wants to see you fall by their blade.
His mere presence will endanger the Holy City and the Flame Chase.
You know that I don't believe.
You don't believe in the so-called prophecy, I know. However, I'm here to seek your assistance, not at the request of Aglaya or Trevi. I just want to eliminate a threat to the city I pledged to protect.
AKA wants revenge.
The tragedy at the Grove must never happen again.
The tragedy of his hometown, he means.
Take a seat. Since you are sincerely seeking enlightenment, I suppose I can tell you one more thing.
What's wrong, Trian? Nothing. Just remembering what happened in the grove. Monster in the black cloak. So scary. Everyone in danger. Nightmare. I can't forget. Don't be scared. There are no bad guys here. Didn't you save everyone with the Century Gate, Trian? Trian threw it away. Far, far away. It's never coming back. We got back safe from the grove because of you, Trian. You're the reason the flame chase journey can continue. Sorry. Trian feels a bit dizzy. Why are we here again? For the same thing, of course. Remember? Tomorrow we will reveal the prophecies passed to everyone. First, we need to restore the memories that have been blurred by the fragmentation. We hope to present the full truth to everyone, without hiding anything. Since Yanis caused the fragmentation, we can only turn to another Titan or an X for help. Also, remember to get breakfast ready for Aggie before the lucid hour tomorrow. Oh, yes! Trian remembers now! Oh, on that note, we had better prepare some saffron before we meet with the Titan. Saffron? Huh, it's an essential offering for rituals in the Temple of the Three Fates. You think we shouldn't go to Orynyx empty-handed? Yes, it's also a symbol of Yanisopolis. If we are to replicate memories, we need to use something that has experienced those days. And when we first met Aggie, we added that to the porridge we made for her, and she really loved it.
Oatmeal porridge? She really likes her cereals.
Three birds with one stone! But
Poor choice of words.
depends on whether Orynyx is willing to help us. This could be a problem. After all, it was us who took the core flame from Yanis, from Orynyx's kin. We will have to give it a try. If there's truly no other way. In our current state, we probably can't do anything to them. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Leave it to Trian. Trian knows how to play cute. In any case, let's look for saffron first. I hope there's still some left in the temple, untouched by Nikodor's soldiers. I remember that aged saffron is preserved in sealed jars. Let's be on the lookout as we go.
Alright. That was so much longer than I expected it to be. We have been in cutscenes for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, we showed up to the bath. No, we talked to Don Hung, and it just said, meanwhile at the baths. And yeah, and then we saw the baths, and then yeah, we talked to them. Then Midos talked with Finon about his trauma, and Finon talked about his trauma, and then the mentor kidnapped Trinan, we might have talked to the orc guy, or to the golem guy, and then went into Tribby with the past and the dolls and the nightmares and whatnot, into now. An hour and a half straight. Like, I don't mind having a lot of story, but you know, they kind of held me they kind of held me hostage. Like, I wanted to end this stream, but I want to end it in a way so that I can go back to the Trailblazer, so that when I play tomorrow, I'm able to just farm.
Few games of chess will while away the time.
And, like, you know, gather treasure chests and go to other areas and whatnot. It was so much. Way too much. All at once. It could have given me the ability to leave as Tribby, and I would have been satisfied. Yeah, that's definitely gonna do it for now. I'm overly tired. I'm gonna have to like watch a couple of these cutscenes on like from my stream tomorrow when I'm less tired and less asleep. But we'll be back with more Star Rail this weekend. Hopefully we'll get some Pokemon Unite this weekend. We'll see. But I don't know. Be sure to like the stream if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more from me. We'll be back later on this weekend. I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.